This is a Boardwalk Audio podcast.
The Meat Improv!
Hello and welcome to The Meat Improv with me, Josh Simpson.
And me, Jake Jabor.
The Meat Improv is the storytelling and improv comedy podcast where we bring on the best comedians in Los Angeles, mostly. Although sometimes they're guests.
Yeah.
And then we make them tell stories from their lives, meaty, true stories, and then we do improv inspired by those stories. Mm-hmm. That's it.
That's it.
That's the deal.
That's all there is to it.
Let's do this at the top, Jake. We're going on a tour of
That's
Europe.
right.
If you're listening to this and you're in Europe, you're in Iceland, the UK, or Germany, specifically Berlin and Munich.
Mm-hmm.
Berlin, Munich, Bristol, London, Edinburgh, Glasgow, or Reykjavik,
Yes.
Iceland. We're coming. We're doing workshops and we're doing shows. So all that info is going to be on our social media pages. Look for that. We're coming in September.
Yeah. We'll see you soon.
Yeah. Right? Any other business? I feel like that's
I think
all the
that's the big business.
Cool.
Not big business. We're against big business.
Yeah, we're going to lose money on it. Instead. But we're doing it. Great. Let's introduce our guests.
Yes.
Return guests to the show. You can see them in Used to Be Hair Light, among other things. Welcome, Mary Anthony.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
And Kale Hills.
Howdy, y'all. I'm a cowboy now.
From the Midwestern cowboy. You're from Missouri, right?
I'm from Missouri, yeah. Which is fun because it's like, is it the South? Is it the Midwest? People have a lot of different opinions.
I feel that way about Oklahoma, where I'm from.
Yeah.
Little South, little Midwest.
A little bit.
What part of Oklahoma are you from?
Norman,
Okay.
where OU is.
Okay.
Big football team.
Yes, the Sooners.
Sooners, yeah. Also a good theater department, but no one talks about that. Yeah.
I don't know if I mentioned this last time. I was born in Oklahoma. Did you know that?
Oh, yes.
I did
Wait,
mention
but
that.
where?
Ardmore.
Ardmore. Yeah. I know Ardmore. I went shopping there once.
Yeah? I heard there's nothing there.
There's nothing there. It was where did I shop? A Foley's? I don't remember. It was a very Ardmore like department store. It was
Okay.
Yeah.
Only boots and
A lot of boots.
baby bonnets.
Boots and bonnets.
Yeah.
That's something I miss about the Midwest. It's like everything you do, it's like, oh, let's drive 45 minutes and go to the mall.
Oh, yeah.
Like everything is so
Everything's
far away.
an outing.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
But there's a lot of parking.
So easy to park.
Yeah, it's so easy to park everywhere.
I would drive more if I could brag about how easy it was to find parking too.
Yeah.
My dad picks me up from the Milwaukee airport at like 10 a.m. or something like that. And he's like stressing out about the traffic. And I'm like, you are moving, first of all.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You are moving at about the speed limit.
Yeah.
There's just a few more cars than you're used to. Like,
Yeah.
You have it good out there, except for maybe Chicago. Chicago is a nightmare with traffic. Traffic talk with the Meat Improv. So we were talking a little bit off mics about sort of this exact thing, sort of our like Midwestern conservative roots. Kale and I know in particular have those. Oklahoma? Your parents the same way, sort of?
Oh, my parents are actually, I mean, we're going to get right into it. They're like liberal.
Yeah.
My parents are. They're Democrats. So, but not all of my extended family is that way.
Got it.
So we were we kind of felt like the outsiders a lot in our community, like just our family. Like even in church and stuff, it's like they would really cross the line and like endorse candidates and stuff sometimes, like in church and just like, crazy stuff. And my dad would always he would just get so mad about it. But so I had them as like role models, and obviously like me and one other girl started Young Democrats at our high school.
Oh.
Not a lot of members. A lot of young Republicans. They really? Oh, yeah. Wow. Yeah, a lot of them.
Were you like proud of being different? Because I feel like because kind of what we were talking about before, I used to be such a Republican.
Same.
And I now realize that a lot of that was just like going with the flow. And
not wanting to be different.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, or maybe upset your parents. I feel like.
Totally.
Yeah. I guess I was, but I had like my family as like my compass. So even though if like other people disagreed, I'd be like, whatever. Like
Yeah.
my brothers and sisters, my parents, and we traveled a lot when I was like younger. So I do think I had like a little bit more, I was able to see like a little bit bigger picture, I think, than like that. But we probably wouldn't have gotten along in high school. I was very annoying and like righteous. I would get into arguments with like Republican boys.
Oh.
Yes. It was a weird, maybe kind of flirting thing that I did. It's very strange, but I would get in so many like fights about it and I would not back down. And it was never productive, but it was like, yeah, just being surrounded by a bunch of Republican.
Was the faculty at your school? Did you have like a teacher who was like supporting the Young Democrats or?
We had a few. Oddly enough, the religion teacher was like super liberal, but he was kind of cool because he taught like world religion.
Okay.
So, and I went to a Catholic school. So even though like that was very much part of the curriculum, like we learned about all the different like religions in the world. So he was just a little bit like more open-minded. Yeah. But then, oh man, there were some like really bad conservative teachers too that would like cross boundaries in so many ways with their beliefs. For sure. Yeah. Yeah.
Like boundaries in education or like boundaries in what like a teacher should be like?
What I mean, one is really bad. This I remember it was like, this is very dark. This is not funny, but like one
That's the kind of stuff we like for this part.
meaty, yeah, juicy. I had a friend and you know the time of like Zanga?
Mm-hmm.
Like live journal.
Sure.
Yeah. Everybody, we all know, right? Yeah. He had one and he hadn't come out to his parents yet. And in his Zanga, I think he talked about like thinking a boy was cute, like nothing even remotely salacious. And the advisor for all the students called him into our office and like printed it out, highlighted the parts that she thought were quote unquote gay, and was like, I'm going to tell your parents if you don't tell your parents. And obviously was saying like, it's a wrong thing. It's a bad thing. You have to get this down. And we were 14 years old. That was like, I think it was freshman year. And I was just like floored that someone that I was supposed to listen to and like help guide me was, I mean, in my opinion, like evil. I was like, this is insane.
Yeah.
How can you do that as an adult to a 14-year-old? It was messed up on so many levels. But that's like the one like blaring example of being like, wow, that's like abuse of power, like bringing your opinion in when no one asked for it and like searching it out. Just crazy.
Mm-hmm. Also, it wasn't even really related to school, right?
No, that was it too. It was like, it was just that he was gay. Like it was purely driven by like, yeah.
I always found that to be just like, they're just that person who acted so gross. Like, how can they act like that? I think it's just because they're certain in their righteousness.
Yeah.
So like they're not questioning it at all. It's not even like a thing to entertain in their mind as to like,
Absolutely.
Should I give this person their privacy? Am I being too pushy? Is this not the right thing? They're just like, this is it. This is how we handle it. And like they don't it's not even in their purview that like the world is like a kind of crazy, unique.
Yeah.
You should approach it with some wonder, maybe.
Yeah.
I wish I had that ability to have that perspective when I was that age, because I mean, that story was just like, I mean, I went to high school in a church basement and it
really?
Oh yeah, it was a high school that was run by a church, and it was like a Calvinist church, which is like Reformed theology.
Super strict.
Yeah,
I had some Calvinists in my Lutheran church, and I was like, Jesus Christ, guys, you can't watch TV on Sundays or whatever. Like,
sure, yeah. It's interesting because like Calvinism is, well, I mean, not to get into like too much theology talk, but for being so Calvinism is like teaches like a lot of like Martin Luther's theology, and so for a form of theology that, and you can cut all of this out because it's the most boring thing possible, but like for a form of theology that came from like in opposition and in protest to the like ritual and legalism of the Catholic Church, no offense, Mary, to then in turn just become even more legalistic is insane. Like what you were saying about people crossing the like line between like home life and school life is that was every day. And so we would have chapel once a month, and just recently I remembered something that happened, and it just floored me because I was like, how did I not realize this was weird when this happened? When it happened, it didn't strike me as weird at all. There were two girls who had been caught shoplifting at Target, and they made them get up in front of everyone during chapel and apologize and like confess to the school that they had stolen from Target. It's just stuff like that all the time. That was like very normal. That was like normalized.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. That's weird.
That is so
much like shame, I feel like. I think that's like the driving force of so much of, at least, I don't know. Yeah.
There's some of that in my Lutheran school too, but it was like, how would you say it? Not always individual people shamed, but like there was stuff that just happened and that like everyone knew about it. And then everyone sort of like, if it wasn't convenient for the school, they would like brush it under the rug or if it was, then they would like make an example of somebody or like, there was like these two guys that were rumored to have been kissing in the shower. They were in my grade.
Oh man.
And at a Lutheran school, that's social death, basically.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't pick on them at all, but like maybe I didn't stand up for them. You know what I mean? Like I think I was just like, oh, crazy. There they go. And then like one of them got expelled and like,
whoa,
like for that. And like one of them stayed and was always kind of a pariah and a weird guy. I sort of related to him in some ways because we're both adopted, but he's also kind of a weird guy. But like stuff like that. There was a girl in my class who like told me a story. This is not fun at all. About how this is a friend of mine. And if I'm being honest, someone I had a crush on at points. But she told me a story about how 4 football players were like assaulted her in a car.
Oh my
and,
God.
Like how she had scratch marks on her chest and stuff like that. And I was like, you have to tell.
Yeah.
And I took her into a guidance counselor's office. The guidance counselor, to his credit, was a football coach and took it very seriously. And one of them was like a star of a basketball team, like had the chance to like go to college for whatever. A couple of them were just punks that were like known punks. One of them was a rich kid who was also on the basketball team. Anyway, I get this ball rolling and I'm thinking like, great, at least this guidance counselor's taking it seriously. Weeks go by and like, I know the rich kid lawyered up or whatever.
Oh God. Yeah.
And I'm in and like they see me around the school and they're mad at me. Like I'm getting like looks from the basketball team and stuff. And I'm just like, I don't know what you want me to say. If that story is true, fuck those guys. Like, what are you talking about? Anyway, one day I'm in study hall and my principal pulls me out and he goes like, about this thing in the car with can we I'm pretty certain that you're only saying this because you have a crush on her or whatever. And I was like, huh? Not really. Like, but this is gonna go away and you're gonna have to let it go. And like basically like, but tried to put it on me like I was somehow crazy. Gaslighting.
Yeah.
Even though I wasn't there for the experience. I think there was, did I say her name? Did I just say the name? Oh, I gotta probably bleep that. But I think that she maybe got some money and like we never even had a good conversation about like what happened with it. And I think she got some money and it just went away.
Oh my God.
But my principal came up and I was like, actually, fuck you. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I was like, fuck you and fuck this school. And I don't believe you anymore. Like, I don't believe that this place is like
so scary.
That's so scary.
So scary.
Yeah.
It's so frustrating because I feel like it all stems from like modern evangelical Christianity is set in opposition, just in reflex. If you like, what did he possibly think that he was protecting or doing other than
the institution?
The institution.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's the same thing with like, I grew up in a context where it was like, you can't go to a psychologist.
Yeah.
You can't, like, you have to be a Republican. To be Republican is to be Christian. It's the same. It's everything is black and white, either or, us versus them, which is insane. And the example of that I was going to mention before we started recording is that I used to like, I used to love Republican like talking heads and pundits and stuff.
Like which one?
Well, so I used to. I've read most Ann Coulter books.
Really?
Yeah, and that was like my fun summer reading. I would like take an Ann Coulter book to the pool. I would take Ann Coulter to the pool and buy a Sprite and a Twix bar.
Nothing wrong with that. Good time.
And you know what? She has a way with words. She's kind of funny. So she's the reason I got into comedy.
Oh my God.
But adults would like congratulate me. They would be like, good job.
Wow.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
Luckily, I didn't like to read, so I never
No
got
Ann Coulter, yeah. No poolside Ann Coulter.
poolside Maxim magazines.
That's
Covered in a
not
textbook.
toxic.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
I'm talking real shit. Improv!
All right, before we get started with today's meeting, going over quarter 3, which was a good quarter for us, by the way. Not bad. We sold more baby bottles than ever.
All right.
Yeah.
Awesome.
They're thirsty.
But before we get into it, Reggie has to... Reggie, we talked about this privately. Reggie's just going to get a few things off his chest, confess just some things going on in his life. So we're all kind of on an equal playing field, just so, as coworkers, we are transparent and forthcoming with all of our shortcomings. So, Reggie, I give the floor to you now. You and your wife.
And my wife snuck in to see Battleship. We had paid to see It's Complicated, and when the movie was over, we went into another movie.
Oh, Reggie.
And we got caught. The ushers called my boss.
Wow.
I was celebrating my youngest's birthday. Can you imagine my surprise?
Sure.
Oh my gosh, Mr. Davenport, I can't.
I'm
imagine.
halfway to the rind of a watermelon, and my phone rings. It's AMC theaters.
Wow. And you're wondering, what could this be
What is
about?
this about?
Yeah. Maybe I left my credit card, maybe I won that raffle, the raffle that our office entered.
I was hoping it was the
I
raffle.
apologize to the movie theater. I don't know why we have to bring it up here. This is
Because we have a code here at Baby Bottles Inc. where we are above the board morally. We are above the board. Tell them about the kiss.
Reggie.
the thrill of getting caught excited my wife and I, and I did not wait until I got home to kiss her.
Carol was a good woman. She was a
She's
good
still
woman.
a good woman. I could
I
kiss
don't
her in a
know.
parking lot.
Ever since
ruined
she
her
got,
honor.
yeah.
We had over the shirt grazing.
No.
I can hold my wife close to me and kiss her in a parking lot.
Yeah, maybe if you're in Los Angeles or some other land of heathens. This is goddamn Des Moines.
What do you want from me? I said I'm sorry.
Are you sorry though?
I'm sorry.
I got anything else before I get another phone call during a family outing?
Yeah.
I would like to I'm keeping time, and we had only allotted 5 minutes for this portion of the meeting.
Thank
And
you.
As the secretary, I can't make a motion to extend the time.
No,
I just wanted to put it out there that if someone wanted to make a motion.
No, we don't need to.
I make a motion to extend Reggie's confession.
Is it seconded?
Yes.
Motion
No,
approved.
what?
Let's extend Reggie's time.
For what?
Because the truth is important, Reggie.
How
okay?
can I go out on the road with the catalog of bottles and bottle warmers and bottle bags and bottle kits and rightfully say I stand behind that product when I know that you're back here
Oh, God.
touching your wine
It's okay. It's okay.
In public.
in public?
And you saw Battleship, which is PG-13.
It's fine. Most of the enemies are aliens or ships.
Well, that's straight up ungodly.
Yeah.
This is
The
unbelievable.
enemies in Battleship are aliens?
Yes.
That's weird.
That's weird. That's not in the Bible at all.
Yeah.
It's not a secular story. I don't know. We've got the baby bottle conference coming up, and we should be preparing for that.
It
Yeah.
is a secular story, or it's not a secular story?
It is.
It is a secular story.
Yes. Baby Bottle Con is 2 days away. Is this how we want to spend our time? Really?
I think it is.
I think it is. I mean, if I'm going to travel with you guys, I need to know who I'm traveling with, and you
know-
honestly, no, right now you feel like a stranger to me.
We went to kindergarten together.
We did.
We've known each other 25 years.
Yeah.
Dana,
yeah.
if you'd like, I'd be happy to call the hotel and ask to move you to a different hotel if it would make you feel more safe.
A
Thank
different
you.
hotel.
Honestly,
I
with
really-
you around, I wouldn't trust her on any floor in the same building.
Yes,
What are
thank
gonna
you.
Do,
I
wander around? Are you gonna? What are you gonna do? Show up in the middle of the night and order some movie?
Yeah.
They have pornography available at some hotels.
Oh my
And
God.
I only know that because it's on the preview channel. I looked at pornography.
What?
Mr. Davenport.
I didn't
Mr.
order it.
Davenport.
I didn't order it, but I lingered on the preview screen and I looked at the titles.
Well,
At last, Baby Bottle Con. God, it's been tearing me up.
It's fine.
It's not fine.
It's fine. Let it go.
Everyone-
Don't you feel better?
everyone has a pass.
No.
and I actually
Yeah.
appreciate you being so forthcoming.
Yeah.
He's getting a pass on this.
Yeah, he's being
I just
honest.
looked at the preview screen.
And we didn't have to coax it out of him or make a big deal about it. He just came forward with the truth.
Have you looked at the porn preview screen at BottleCon?
Yes.
Wow. Again. Wow.
But we should be okay with it. I just came forward. It's the same thing that he did.
He had to ask you.
Give me your credit card statement.
Giving you my credit card
Give me
statement.
it.
I'm not giving it.
I'll pull it up.
Don't.
He filed it
You
earlier
shouldn't.
today.
Look at
I
BabyCon.
have
It was
access to that.
last August.
Yeah.
Okay.
BabyCon 2017.
Last August. All right. So let's see. There's Enterprise Rent-A-Car. There's
Checks out.
dinner at Chili's.
Yes.
Okay. That was fun. I remember that.
Yeah, we all
That
had a
was-
good time. Remember, I'm still that same guy.
Okay.
Barbecue sauce. What's this charge? Reggie, I remember approving this charge, but I do remember you being kind of cagey about it when I asked you why you needed $20 per diem.
I should be allowed to have per diem. I should be able to spend my per diem how I want to spend my per diem.
And then when I asked for you to provide a receipt, you gave me a receipt from
Mhm.
something called the Lion's Den,
Yeah.
and you told me that it was a petting zoo.
Okay.
But I'm seeing this receipt with new eyes, and I'm realizing now that the Lion's Den is actually a gentleman's club off of Route 72 in Albuquerque.
That's right. I
that-
spent $20 at a gentleman's club. I spent $20 on a credit card at a gentleman's club.
Reggie.
Who would have thought that little boy in kindergarten that played parachutes with me would, lo and behold, 25 years later, be spending $20 at the Lion's Den?
That's how much a Coke costs.
What? Oh, well, that's straight up
Not on
false.
Tuesday nights when you were there,
How do you know?
because I've been to the Lion's Den several times
Oh, my God.
to witness to the women who work there.
Well, thank you for being straightforward and
kidding
honest.
me?
He just came out and said it.
He just said he frequents the Lion's Den.
To witness.
To witness.
witness.
And the best way to witness is in a one-on-one private conversation style setting.
He's pulling one over on us.
He is not.
I don't think so.
I bought a very expensive drink there. He seems to be going in there for lap dances. You guys are raking me over the coals. Nobody's even taking a look at my new bottle baby prototype.
You know what? We do have a lot of other business items
Yeah.
to
Thank
get
you.
to on the agenda. Again, as secretary, I have to let you know that time is up on this portion of the meeting unless someone would like to
Thank goodness.
make a motion
No.
to bring forth judicial action against Reggie.
I'm sorry, I would.
Are you kidding?
I'm
Judicial
sorry.
action.
All right, it's been seconded.
I
Motion
know
on
we
the
have so
floor
much to get to, but
is to bar Reggie from attending Baby Bottle Con.
Do not take Baby BottleCon away from me. I am the keynote speaker.
What? Oh, by the way, what were you going to talk about this year?
I was going to talk about our new baby bottles.
That's smart.
And I was going to talk about how, in an increasing age of technology, it's nice to have something that you can rely on, that is dependable, that is a nipple. That is our baby bottle nipple.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
What?
What?
Show me that bottle you have in your knapsack.
Happily. That's what I've been trying to show you.
That's pornographic.
It's not pornographic.
It looks like a real human nipple.
That's the point.
Stop holding it so close to your mouth, you pig.
This is how it works.
Ew.
What? This is how it works. See?
Stop tempting me.
Doesn't that seem like a nipple that if you were a baby you would want to latch onto?
Stop tempting me.
Stop.
I'm not tempting
Does
you.
it feel real?
Okay. All right.
I have become aroused. I must confess.
No, do not
Thank you
confess.
so much, Mr.
Are you
Davenport,
kidding
for
me?
being
He's
honest.
aroused in this room and we're
Yes,
thanking him.
and I feel safe around him as my male boss if he comes forward and just says it outright. That
is
makes
fun.
me feel comfortable and safe in the workplace.
Fine,
it's
I'm
when I feel
aroused.
like I'm surrounded by liars, okay?
Okay. I'm not lying. I'm aroused.
Oh my God.
Watching our boss grab that nipple aroused me. There. Safe space, right? Everybody feels safe knowing that?
I feel like we're only scratching the surface with you, to be honest.
Cut to months later. All right, everybody. So the sales are skyrocketing.
Yeah.
Reggie's new baby bottle was a hit in demographics we've never sold to before.
Yeah, I'm looking at the numbers, and our most popular new sales demographic is single adult childless men age 50 to 52.
Yeah. I don't want to ask too many questions here, but the profits are, I think, worth. I think they're worth any moral quandaries we may have. The big issue is we can't display these in our common office space anymore, I don't think. None of you are getting any work done. Seconded?
Second.
Great. It's official.
Nobody from here is going to buy any of these? Is that what you're saying?
Nobody from here is going to buy them?
Yes. You're saying we can't have them on the floor anymore?
No, I'm saying in the office.
I don't have a problem with them. I just want to make it clear, as the only woman that works in this baby bottle office, I'm not aroused by the human-like nipples on the bottles. But I do find it distracting to be surrounded by boners all day. That's why I'm not getting work done.
Are the boners distracting?
The boners are very distracting.
Seconded.
It's like to the left, to the right. They're very distracting.
Seconded.
I'm not sure what we can do about that, but...
Well, meeting's adjourned, but I don't think any of us are getting up. We got a whole case of these things. Awesome. Let's get into the meat part of the podcast. So, Kale, you have a story, yeah?
Yeah.
Let's do it. Where do you want to start?
Gosh, where do I? Well, I wanted to. I feel like last time I was on, I told like a heavy story, and I feel like most of the stories that I tell are always like kind of heavy. So I wanted to
bad.
talk about something a little more fun. And just process something I did last week with you guys, and
Great.
I feel like it's something that you can all relate to in acting. Like sometimes you work on projects that you just you have a weird experience with. So this is earlier this summer I got an email from someone I know, and she was forwarding it to me from someone else, and it was like about an acting opportunity. So the email was about the digital the UCLA Digital Filmmaking Institute. And the way that the email described it was that they were looking for actors who had experience with improv to come be a part of this summer directing institute and be paid to develop improvised scenes with directors that would later then be filmed. So it sounded like a really fun opportunity that I did have some experience that was relevant to. So I submitted to it and got picked, and so that was that. So then the day of when the session was supposed to start, it was supposed to be like a week-long session where we would improvise the scenes and then film them. The day of the session arrives, and I drive to UCLA. I get there, and I go in, and I let them know what I'm there for, and I'm in holding with the other actors. And the first sign that something is like a little bit off is that we had to be there at 8 a.m., but we didn't see anyone from the program until 9:30.
Fuck that.
Yeah. At which point, the TA for the institute comes in and lets us know that the kids will be arriving shortly. And my ears did perk up at the word kids because I suppose for some reason, maybe due to the fact that it was at UCLA, I had assumed that it would be something that was involving their undergrads, or what I thought more realistically was like their grad students. That's what I had assumed. And everyone else was a little bit confused too. So we asked for some clarification, and she lets us know that what we're actually there for is not the Improv Filmmaking Institute that some of us had heard about, but that we are in fact there for summer camp. There are high school students from all over the world who, most of whom have never held a camera before or written anything before, and they're there for a filmmaking summer camp. So okay, that's like it was a surprise, but also like I was fine with it. $300 is $300. And
You just totally won me over. $300.
Yeah,
I'll show up at 6 a.m.
Yeah.
absolutely.
Why not?
So it turns out what the Filmmaking Institute was a week-long experience, or 2-week-long experience. The actors were only there for a portion of it, for these high school students from Shanghai all the way to, some of them were local, to just come and learn about filmmaking, which is great. Actually, if you had told me that that's what it was going to be, I still probably would have done it, because that's a great opportunity for these kids. I would love to have had something available to me like that when I was a kid. So the week consists of, on the first day that the actors are there, the kids are learning about the casting process. And so we spend an entire day, like a 6-hour day, auditioning for
nothing,
children and for projects that are yes, for nothing. Just so these kids can learn about what it's like to run a room and work in audition. And they are just all over the place in terms of it. And what is really funny to me about high school students is, or people at that age, is how in some ways you are very much a person at that point, and in some ways you just aren't there yet. You're just not fully shaped yet. And so sometimes we would go in the room with these kids and it would be actually pretty normal, and you would read the sides and they would give you an adjustment and then you would do it again. And then sometimes you would walk in the room and before you could even shut the door, a kid would be like, "Hey, so how tall are you?" How how much do you weigh? How old are you? That was one kid's methodology, was just like, he had presumably seen an actor's resume once and was like, this is what you do. You just find out all their stats and then cast them based off of that. More common, though, and I think what was really revealing to me is that these kids did not yet have an understanding of like the process of acting. It happened. One of the stories was like about a woman who's a widow, and she's haunted by the ghost of her husband who died in war. And this was written by a 13-year-old who I'm sure has seen many tours of duty and can speak to the specific trauma of wartime death. And with that one, because it was a silent piece, they didn't have any sides, and they just you like walked in and they were like, okay, so I guess what's happening is like you're a ghost, and so like you're a ghost and you died in war, and can I just see you be sadder than you've ever been? So they would just be like, can you go to a 10, please? And they also didn't like call cut ever. So there was another one. There was another one where they were like, okay, so what's happening here is like your throat just got slit, and so like, can you show me like how you would die? And I died for probably like 5 minutes because I wasn't going to stop until they told me to, because I wanted that part. And
you get like competitive about it.
Yeah, I want to do a good job. I want to be cast as the 45-year-old war veteran, even though I look like I am 12. So that was day one, was the casting process. And it was a true, honestly, this is like goofy as I think all of this stuff was. It was a true joy. It was so fun. It was like a little acting boot camp to walk into a room. Like, it reminded me of RA training. This is like a weird connection, but it reminded me of RA training because in RA training, the last day you would like do scenarios where you would just walk into a room and something would be happening and you would have to figure it out. And it felt like that. You would just walk into a room and someone would be like, cry. And you had to be like, oh, okay, yes, I'm crying. I'm crying. Why am I crying? So day one was casting. And then over the course of the next few days, we just shot the films. And I'll just give you a rundown of the films that I was in. And again, my favorite thing about kids and these kids and kids at that age, and what it reminded me about myself, and when I like first was writing stories and getting involved in this kind of stuff, is I think a lot of kids feel an obligation to tell stories that are important. And if you're not on that dramatic side of things, then you just want to tell the like dumbest, broadest stories possible because you don't have any experiences to make them specific yet. So I was in 4 films. The first film I was in was about a man who has to pee very badly, and he can't find a place to pee, and the people on the street won't tell him where there is a place to pee, and he pees his pants. And that's the end of the film.
Were you the pants peer in that?
Absolutely.
Wow.
You got the lead.
I got the lead. That one was fun. The like little production note on that one, or the thing that made that production fun was the film starts with my character chugging a bottle of water. And we did it live, and they made me chug 8 full bottles of water in a row.
Which is, by the way, dangerous.
Yeah. I was like, have you not heard of the hold your wee for a wee woman? That's what this is. Have you heard of Yes, yeah.
She overdosed on water for
yeah,
a radio
you can drown from the inside if you drink too much water.
Oh, I did not.
So I did have to, that's the first time I've ever And it was only because it was a set of high schoolers. That was the only time I've ever stood up for myself on set in any capacity, where we got to the 8th bottle and I was like, this is the last take. I physically cannot do this anymore. That crew was also fun because they were like very bad communicators, and you could tell the director did not want to be the director. And like, I think the DP had a crush on the producer, and there was like fun high school stuff going on with them. So that was the first film I did, and then
The one thing they couldn't have be high schoolers was the actors.
Yeah. Wait. What?
every
Like, we gotta
other
outsource for
position. I don't know. Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, I'm not going to question it.
Take that $300.
Take that $300. So I filmed that one, and then the next one, this was a pretty hard pivot for me. The next film, when I really had to dig into this one, was about a gentleman who has schizoaffective disorder.
Whoa.
And he drops his medication. He drops his medication and immediately starts hallucinating. And so it was like a very serious Darren Aronofsky style psychodrama about the experience of mental illness. And I tried my hardest. And I asked I was curious. I asked the girl who wrote it. I was like, wow, so how'd you learn about this stuff? Like, I hope it's not too forward, but do you have any experience, like, or relationship with this? Is that why it's important to you? And she was like, no, I saw a YouTube video about it, and I thought, wow. And that was her motivation to tell this story, which, again, at that age, when I was that age, I would have done the exact same thing. I would have been like, sure, I'm this is my story to tell. I'll bring light to this issue. So that was film number 2. And then the next one I did was about a guy who is in love with a statue.
This is my favorite so far.
Yeah, I'm into
I
this.
will say this one was actually this one was a lot of fun to make because so they filmed it on the UCLA campus, and they have to film them outside because they don't want the kids working with lights, and I also think they don't have a lot of space inside the sound stages and stuff. Not enough for all of the kids attending this summer camp. Oh, and by the way, UCLA is overrun with summer camps during the summer, which I did not realize. So you would just be like walking down like to the location and you would pass by and hear like a scene from The Crucible, and then you would for the acting summer camp, and then you would walk 20 more feet and hear like la 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 for the musical theater summer camp. I didn't realize that of course colleges over the summer they got to use that space somehow, so they just invite high schoolers. But so the statue one was shot outside, and there's a big statue garden, so I think a lot of the stories involved statues because they looked around and they were like, well, what do we have? We have statues. We can tell a story about statues. And honestly, that script was like fun. It was an A+. The director was chill. Everyone on that crew was chill. This is maybe the best production I've ever been a part of. It was fun. I got to make a lot of choices. They gave great feedback.
We'll have to link it. Tell people to vote funny on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Vote funny.
I did that one, and then the last one I did was
This is unbelievable.
Wait, did you get 300 per film, or for
the
your
thing
total?
that I kind of left out is that there were actually 2 sessions, so I got 300 per session, and
you
so
did
I did
both?
it once, and then after I did the first one was the peeing and the schizophrenia story, and then they emailed like a couple of days later and were like, "Do you want to come back for the next one?" And I was like, "Absolutely, sign me up." So it was 2 different sessions.
Got it.
So I came back. And the statue story was one. And then the other story that I was in for that one was directed by this European kid. So it was very like the process was just much more artsy in general. We had a lot of conversations about like character motivation and stuff that the other kids had not had with me. So he was great, and so his story was it was kind of like a call me by your name type situation. So it was about a character who's in a relationship but has daydream fantasies about his male friend. And so I was playing the character who's in a relationship and then has these daydream fantasies. And so that was like all well and good. There was some weird, I will say there was a little bit of weird homophobia from the other actors in the process, where a few people were like, I don't want that one. And I was like, okay, man, no one's ever going to, first of all, no one's ever going to see these. It's not like, this is not going to decide anything about your career.
Actors.
Yes, yeah, other adult
Sorry,
actors.
I was thinking of high school students.
Yes, yeah, and they were like, I don't want to be in that one. I wouldn't feel comfortable being in that one. And it was so chaste. It wasn't like anything other than like looking longingly at someone. And I just thought that struck me as so funny and kind of surprising for the circumstances because, again, the stories ran the gamut from like you piss yourself to like you have a crush on someone, and for an adult to be like, well, yeah, I'll do the piss. I'll do the one where I piss myself, but I won't like look like I like a guy. I was like, okay, that's your prerogative, but it struck me as a little odd. I did get super uncomfortable filming it though, not because I had to run up to another adult man with 6 balloons and a rose and hug him, which I did have to do, but because they didn't have enough actors to cast all of the parts in this one. And so my girlfriend was played by a real 14-year-old.
Oh my Lord.
Oh,
So that required some real acting then?
Yeah. I felt so like every time they called cut, I would like physically distance myself from her. And I felt bad for her because I think you could tell she didn't like it. All we had to do was hold hands, but still, I am, how old am I? I'm 28. So that's a 14-year age difference.
That's a straight up in half. That's
Yes. Yeah.
twice as many years on you.
very Hollywood though. Very,
Right?
Very
Yeah.
Hollywood.
Might have been the most important lesson anyone learned that day.
But I am going to get a DVD with the films soon. So here's hoping that they turned out
Oh
great.
my God.
Oh boy.
And that I can use them for my reel.
That is incredible.
Yeah. But so, yeah, overall, UCLA Digital Filmmaking Summer Institute, A+ experience, a lot of fun. And I recommend it to anyone who has the opportunity
Wow.
to do it.
I'm talking real shit. Improv.
Again, Kale, thank you for participating in this.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, like I said, nobody's getting the part for the casting day. So I'm happy to give you feedback, but it's just kind of to run the casting process. So like nobody's getting picked. So
Oh,
yeah.
I misunderstood.
Yeah.
Whoa.
So you don't have to keep checking to see if you like who's got the part or what. Nobody's getting the part. It's just we're just running a thing. So
Gotcha.
yeah, just an
Okay.
exercise.
Well, I'll do anything to create an opportunity to, advance myself. So I would like to invite you to maybe reconsider. I do see now in the email that you sent me that this is just a casting workshop.
Yeah.
And that it's just an educational experience and that I'm not guaranteed a role in any capacity.
Yes.
But what if? What if we made something, man? What if we made something out of this?
The casting things are it's dying. There's not a whole script involved. It's just like little chunks.
Totally. It makes me sad to see you limit yourself. And not see the potential of what you could do.
Yeah, I'm not sad. I'm not limited by it. I want to get through these and let the kids have their experience.
Sure, yeah. Well, some people really want to make it and some people don't. And I guess I'm just one of the people that really wants to make it.
Okay, great. That's
Damien
fine.
Chazelle worked for 6 years before anyone would fund La La Land. So just remember that.
Okay,
all right.
Noted. Great.
Let's move on.
Okay, yeah, noted. Thank you. So in this one, like I said, you're just going to die. And then, we'll call, that'll be it.
Great.
Yeah. So, we'll have the
How
kids
much
come in.
do you weigh?
Oh.
Sorry, how much do you weigh?
145,
How tall are you?
5'9",
What color are your eyes?
brown,
Are you
willing to change.
Are you saggy?
I am SAG-E. I am SAG-E.
Good questions.
Was that
Who do you have
good?
a crush on?
Anything you can observe.
Who do you have a crush on?
I don't know if that's important.
In the room or out of the room?
Kale.
I'll do whatever it takes.
Okay.
Can I talk to you for a second?
In life.
Yeah, 1 second, kiddos.
Is there like a casting couch situation going
No.
on here?
No, these
Because
are
I would not want. That is frankly disgusting. But if it, you do what you got to do.
Ralph, I'm the only girl in here in this room. That was a little weird, yeah?
Yeah, a little bit. But I was meant in his life. I bet, like, who's he crushing on?
Yeah, totally. That's what I thought too. For whatever it's worth, I have a crush on you.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, our working relationship is going to be so hard.
No. This is a no-no.
We'll just push through to the little audition part. I think, yeah, there's nobody's getting the part. I can't stress that enough.
Good to know.
It's not a part to get.
Gotcha.
Okay,
Hey,
we got some good information.
I have a crush on Greta Gerwig.
Good choice.
Nice.
Okay, let's just, are we ready to slate? And then we'll do the little audition, okay? Everybody taking notes?
And
Hi, Kale Hills, saggy.
Okay.
To be or not to be? That is the question. Whether 'tis nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of inlet. Oh no. Here I am at the end of my days.
Okay, just
No son to leave my land to
Just
nary,
die?
nary again shall I. Oh,
Okay.
just
Oh,
I'm in
I think
I'm in heaven.
I think the battery
Is this
ran out.
heaven?
I think the battery.
sorry.
The battery. We
Sorry.
weren't anticipating that long.
Yeah.
yeah,
So
Yeah, sorry. The battery ran out, but I think we got it. We got a good
Yeah, I
sense,
think
right?
so.
Yeah.
You guys doing a Kickstarter?
huh?
How are we funding this?
my mom would never let me do a Kickstarter
Why not?
because she'd think it's embarrassing.
Who's your mom? Kathleen Turner? Kathleen Kennedy?
That's my grandma. No, that's my grandma.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You want to get coffee sometime?
No.
Love to talk to you about what
Knock,
you're
knock.
working on.
Speaking of coffee, I'm here for the audition. Josh Simpson.
Oh, hello, Josh.
Coffee
yeah.
for everybody. I
Oh,
brought
good
it
to
in.
see you, Josh.
Oh, hey. I'm sorry. I forgot your name.
It's
Okay.
Kale.
Oh, yeah. I've seen you around.
Great.
I think I coached him once. Okay, maybe coached him once
Okay,
in
great.
improv comedy.
Okay,
Oh,
okay.
wow.
This
Oh,
is
crap.
casting
Ah,
experience.
stupid.
Nobody's getting it.
Little certificate fell out of my
What
pocket.
is this?
I
A
don't know.
completion of the UCB program, the 401.
All for.
Okay, great.
I had to get him to
Great.
print it off special because I graduated so long ago. But
Wow.
Cool. Are you giving that to us or holding
You can
on
hold
to
it.
it?
I took an on-camera class at the Annie Grindley studio.
Okay,
at
great.
the who?
Annie Grindley.
Oh, that's
Rami Malek studies there.
Rami Malek from Mr. Robot.
Not from Mr. Robot. Mr. Robot.
Okay, we're getting a little derailed here.
I met him once at a party.
Okay.
Oh, yeah? Were you working?
Nobody.
That's not relevant. Conversation's a conversation. A conversation's a conversation. You'll get to know that in Hollywood. Speaking of,
Okay.
who's this DP we got here?
Oh, hi. My name's Shelly.
Hey, Shelly.
Hi, what's going on?
Wow, you really kicking the. I like this. It's a Canon A7. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Please don't touch that. The
That is
camera.
a pretty cool camera.
Yeah.
Okay. Look,
Shelly, do you need a ride home?
no, please don't.
Kale, Kale, how old are you, Kale?
28.
Oh.
But I can play 18 or younger.
Oh, wow, cool. That'll be great for that other film where the guy pees his pants.
Oh, yeah, that could be good.
We need
Yeah,
a
yeah,
baby-faced person.
Absolutely.
If I shave, I'm pretty baby face. So.
Okay. It's just a small student film
Does
with
that-
someone
does that
peeing their
piss
pants.
the piss film? Does that have frontal nudity? Because I'll do it.
No, it doesn't. It's not even. No, it's not even. You don't even.
Well, maybe
Josh,
we
what
could.
are you doing?
Trimming my pubes. Not in front of the kids. I'm over here.
Is
in the
this
corner.
how a casting room works, Professor?
This is not how.
This is how most of them work. Yeah.
No, this is not how a casting room works. There's the look. What is your end game, you two? I can't run one summer camp without this.
Success in the business.
I'd really love to get in under 5 on a network sitcom.
Yeah. Me too.
Get in under 5 on the network sitcom. Okay.
Yep.
This may not be that route. These are just they're all internal. We're not casting for anything. They'll be short, small films about a guy pissing himself. It sounds
That's
like
fine. That's fine.
you don't have to be the guy who pisses himself.
Most of the time I am something like that. I auditioned for 1,000 Ways to Die, and I had to be a guy who killed himself by lighting his farts on fire. So consider that part of my resume.
Okay.
Didn't get it.
Consider it.
Didn't get it, but I had experience.
Okay. Thank you. I think
How'd it go in here, Kale?
Honestly, I feel great about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, really,
Okay.
really. Can I just say, oh my gosh, I just want to thank you for having me.
okay, great. Thank
Yeah, thank you so much for your time.
you. Yes, our pleasure. Yeah.
Let's get on some socials. Let me follow you.
Uh,
Where can I find you? What socials are you on?
Get my phone out too.
I'm on all the standard socials.
As?
Jake Jabor. It's not a. Okay. Yeah.
Awesome,
Great.
Awesome.
Thanks. We'll be seeing you around.
Excellent.
Yeah, just-
Excellent.
Okay.
Follow me back. I mean, Josh Simpson.
Okay. Okay.
confuse
Yeah.
us some.
I'll get around.
Just
to
look
it.
at the name. That's fine.
Okay. I'll get around to it. Okay.
And you can find me at Kale in the Stars.
Okay. Great. Thank you. Thank you. Did you get everything you needed?
I didn't even audition yet.
It
Okay.
wouldn't be fair of me to accept the part without
is not a
allowing
part.
Josh to audition.
Yes. Okay. Josh, you're auditioning. It's this death scene here. Okay.
My motivation.
Oh,
To die.
to die, I
To
think.
die.
Okay.
Yeah. Have
Or
you
to-
ever wanted to die? Just
Yeah.
think about that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Think about that.
Okay.
You
And
good on stats?
Oh yeah. You look very trim and you're very tall and I've got it all figured out. I'm happy with what I
6'2", 165, 23 years old.
none of that seems accurate.
It is.
Just eyeballing it. That seems way off.
You look great on camera though.
Thank you.
Great on
Okay, great.
camera.
Good.
Yeah.
All right. Ready?
Thank you.
Really nice presence.
Are you flirting?
Are you flirting with this?
What? What? No.
confessed to me that you had a thing.
I do, but I don't know.
What the heck?
Sorry,
like-
bro. What?
30s. Weird baby face.
I'm not flirting with him, okay?
Oh, to be or not to be.
Wow.
They keep putting that in.
Wow.
In thine light, as thine light fades,
Die.
so
Die.
does my spirit to survive.
I'm happy with that.
Okay. Yeah.
I think could we Oh wow. Could
I'm
we maybe
so sorry to interrupt.
What the fuck are you doing here?
You're still here?
I'm still here. I have to drop out of the project. I'm so sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
That we're sorry to see you go, but
Absolutely.
there is no project, nothing to drop out of.
Yeah.
I booked something.
Okay.
so,
Congratulations.
Was that right?
yeah. I did.
What was
Great.
it? What'd you book?
I booked a commercial audition.
Oh, Union?
I didn't read the whole email.
Go home.
Hi, thank you for taking this meeting with us. we have a very important screenplay to pitch you, and I think you'll be very interested in the content of the script. So me and my associate here,
Okay.
we've written what we can only describe as a suspense romantic thriller about a spurned wife whose husband has cheated on her. Think Gone Girl, but with more emotional drama.
Wow.
Yes.
Quite a log line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Quite an elevator pitch there. What's the source material on this? Is this a personal story, something close to you, or?
Oh, YouTube.
Huh?
YouTube.
YouTube. We looked up. You search cheating spouse on YouTube. You get a lot of good stuff in
A
there.
lot of stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of crazy stuff.
Also, I've been in many. It spoke to me.
It did?
Yeah.
How old are you?
Huh?
How old are you?
That's not an appropriate Hollywood question.
Okay.
Mr.
Yeah,
Rudin,
we're old enough to know better than to answer that question.
Okay.
8.
Mr. Scott Rudin, I'm sorry to interrupt.
Yeah.
I have David Fincher on the phone. He heard about the cheating spouse script and he's interested.
What? How?
I don't know. Word gets around. Do you want me to tell him that you're busy or?
He's interested in this script that I'm holding in my hands right
Yeah,
now.
Fincher's interested, and I have Tarantino on hold, so who
Really?
knows what he's going to say.
And it's with 8-year-old. He knows it's with 8-year-olds.
He said he doesn't give a fuck who wrote it. It's a good story and it deserves to be told.
Well.
Wow.
I guess. What does he want from me? Put him through, or?
Okay, I'll put him on the list.
Yeah.
All right, I'll put him on your list.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Not crazy about Fincher, honestly.
Are you
Yeah.
kidding me?
I thought The Social Network didn't age well.
Are you kidding
Yeah.
me? He doesn't do. This is pretty
Like,
rare.
just get 2 actors to play twins.
Yeah,
Don't use one actor.
Just get 2 twins for real. Don't make Armie Hammer do all that legwork.
Okay, look, David Fincher wants to make this. Half of this is written on the back of pizza boxes. Okay, you've got a live.
Jay-Z wrote on napkins.
Yeah. Jay-Z wrote on napkins.
Yeah, and then he put it into. Fair point.
Anything to make the script stand
Okay,
out.
Yeah,
look,
we're
if David
dedicated.
Fincher is in, this is good. Okay, I wouldn't be too particular.
Now, a lot of our people that we've met with have had problems with the reason that the wife leaves. The husband is partially because of his poopy butt. Now, we are strong on that.
Well, I'm sure Fincher's
Yes.
not going to want to do a movie about a guy with a poopy butt. So if we want Fincher, we're probably going to have to.
I don't want Fincher. I said it before. I'm not
Yeah, we don't
strong
want
on
Fincher.
I don't think you're going to get another director who's going to want to make this movie.
Jake Paul or Jake Paul.
Jake Paul?
We're Mavericks, baby.
He's great.
He's great.
Okay.
He makes YouTube videos.
Oh, he's a YouTube video guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't know that? And you call yourself a Hollywood executive?
I don't catch a lot of the YouTube.
The
Look,
husband has a poopy butt, and he lies about it to his wife. But his wife ends up seeing Polaroids taken by a spy she hired. From
the
across
wife wanted to see if he had a poopy butt.
She had to know the truth.
Yeah, she had to know the truth. She suspected he was lying.
Mr. Rudin, I'm so sorry to interrupt.
Yeah.
I just got off the horn with Fincher, and
Yeah.
he's in hard, and he brought Rooney Mara on with him, but unfortunately, Rooney
Rooney Mara, this is great.
Yeah.
Who's Rooney Mara?
Rooney Mara,
Girl with a
Rooney
dragon
girl with the
Mara.
dragon
tattoo.
tattoo, her,
Yes. She's exceptional. I can't believe we're getting this. This
well,
is
the
great.
problem is she's contracted through the end of the year for that project with the middle school.
Okay. So
if she can't do it, Fincher doesn't want to do it, and I already told Tarantino to fuck off to hell.
you're going to want to get Tarantino on the phone, I guess, if Fincher doesn't want to do it. Like,
Okay, well, here's another option. Baumbach is interested.
Really?
But he wants to have his niece do a rewrite.
he wants to have his niece do a rewrite.
Yeah.
I mean, I assume to write out the poopy butt.
No, to add more.
Add more poopy butt.
A poopy butt is a delicate thing in a script. You can't have too much poopy butt.
Can't have too much.
Okay, we'll buy it from you, and then Baumbach will
Not
do it.
interested.
Nope.
We've worked with Shelley Bombeck before.
Shelley,
Yeah.
who is that?
She's in my homeroom.
Yeah. I take Mandarin with her at Buckley
You take
School.
Mandarin.
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 Okay.
Mandarin.
I got it. Like the language or the instrument?
The hell you talking about?
What are you? The language.
The language.
Okay. Look, this is incredible. I don't know what's in this script. I haven't gotten past.
Mr. Rudin, 911. Fincher's out. Bombach is out. Everyone is passing on the script.
Why?
Because there's a new script.
What script?
You haven't read it?
No, I've been stuck in here with these 8-year-olds.
Okay, well, there's like a wonderkind. There's like a 3-year-old.
Oh, my little brother.
Are you
my
kidding
God.
me?
So that's what. Well, I guess I don't need you. I got to get in on that wonderkind. And if I can't get
I'll
anybody,
try and book a meeting with him.
please
but-
do.
This business will chew you up and spit you out. Awesome. Let's move on to our next story. Mary, you're up.
Yes.
Any idea what you'd like to talk about? Shall we just get to know you better?
Maybe. Well, actually, I started thinking about like I used to work at kids' theater camps a lot,
Yeah.
and just how insane that is. And it just made me think of this one time, like, me and my boyfriend at the time were camp counselors for it was like middle schoolers doing a production of High School Musical, and the directors of the camp were crazy and flighty and never like planned things well. It was always chaos. The bathrooms were always overflowing, like underneath the stage. The theater was also built next to a railroad track, so you would always hear the train during shows. It was just everything about it was chaotic. It was like crazy. And this one time, we should have known better, but they told us the day of the first show, they were like, we need you guys to go on stage and blast these confetti cannon things at the end as like a big grand finale. And we were like, what? On stage, like they're like, yes, you will be on there with the kids. So it's middle school children, but they wanted us to walk on, learn 8 counts of the choreography, do it with the kids in costume, and then shoot these confetti cannons. And we're like, okay. Meanwhile, they didn't get costumes in our size, we find out, like right before the show. So we have to wear very small costumes. We learned like 8 counts of this like music. And my boyfriend at the time, he was like over 6 feet tall. Obviously, I don't look like a middle schooler. Yeah.
Wow. Good
Yeah. Wow.
6-footer.
Yeah. Just to say, in comparison to middle school boys, like it was very obvious that 2 adults like just jaunted on stage. So we get to the end, and if you're familiar with it, it's the song "We're All in This Together." And
Nope.
they sing that line, "We're all in this together," and then they have a big ending pose. And right when they hit it is when we are supposed to shoot the confetti cannons. We do the choreography. We get on stage. We shoot the cannons off, and all the children scream and run off stage because no one told them that we were going to do this. So what ended up being like us trying to be the most like very inconspicuous ended up like the parents were confused. The kids all ran off stage, and then it's just me and him on stage in small costumes, just covered in confetti. It just made me think of that story. That was like one of the many like crazy things. The toilet's always overflowing. One time, like the local paper came to interview one of the directors, and the other one got really jealous. These are grown women, got really jealous and like stormed out and got really upset and said something about her always taking the credit for, again, middle school productions of like The Music Man and High School Musical.
This is Oklahoma?
Oklahoma, yeah. This is kind of weird, but kind of along with some of the things we were playing with earlier in scenes of, I only much later realized that the tech guy was perhaps had weird crushes on some of the high school girls.
Oof.
Yeah. And later, I think I pieced together, I think he lived at the theater.
What?
Up at the top. Yeah. Because we were like in high school, we were, of course, like looking around when we weren't supposed to. Someone had a key for some reason. And we're like, oh, let's sneak in. Like, we're going to look around. And so we did whatever. And then we went upstairs, found a bunch of pornography. And we were like, what is this? And then we looked, and there was like bowls and like canned food and stuff. And then like kind of a makeshift bed way up top. Like, I don't know what you would call that part of a theater, but yeah, just like way up top where like the booth is. But then there was like a little area behind it.
Oh my God.
Yes. So crazy. So I think he lived there. It was like a real like Phantom of the Opera situation. He was like living there.
Whoa.
Yeah. Pretty crazy.
Wait, so you did it as an adult? And...
Oh, yes. Yeah. So I did the actual camp.
Okay.
Yes. And then in college, because I would be there, you know, and all my friends would go back home, and I was still in Oklahoma, I would do the camp, like as a counselor. Yeah.
When's the last time you did it?
Oh, a long time ago. Probably like 7 or 8 years ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Oh, also, you know Les Mis? There's like a Les Mis Junior version. And also, I only realized just recently, something they don't cut out that's crazy, so inappropriate, is the song where all the prostitutes sing about being prostitutes. Lovely Ladies.
That's in
They don't
Les Mis
cut it
Junior?
from the junior version. Like I just thought about that like recently because I was a counselor for
What
that.
do they cut? I'm not really familiar with Les Mis, so.
Honestly, I think it's more of like a length thing because I'm like, they keep everything in it. Like they still have however you say her name, Fontaine or whatever. Like she still has her song about like, it's all about her being a prostitute and dying. And she has this child and like, it's crazy.
Wow.
And yeah, we were just like teaching kids how to do that and access that kind of pain to perform this song. And it's like, what? That's wild.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did they do any like performances? Did you do a performance there as a camper and then they also did it when you were a counselor? Like, is it the same plays or?
Oh, no, they do like a different musical.
Oh, okay.
So they did Music Man. That one, or no, was it Music Man? There was one production where they tried to work in the timing of the train into the production. Like,
That would 100% be Music Man.
I think it was a Music
Right?
Man. Isn't there some song where they're talking about
the opening? I mean, the Music Man was the first show I was ever in. And I love it. It's a pretty problematic musical.
Yeah,
like
it
most
definitely
things
is.
from the past. Now it's like,
Yes,
ooh, I don't
yeah.
know. The opening number takes place on a train.
I
as
think,
Harold
yeah.
Hill is arriving to
Yes.
River.
I don't know.
Wait, Gary, Indiana.
Oh.
Gary, Indiana.
Wait, time it
Like,
with
yeah,
an
yeah.
actual train?
Yeah, because I guess, I don't know how, but somehow they worked it out where they would know when it would come. And so we would like alter exactly like at what minute we would start the show to work it
Wow.
in. Yeah. So strange.
Was this? I don't know why this is. I'm curious about this. Was this an overnight camp or like a day camp?
Just a day camp.
Just a day
yeah.
camp, okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I went to a children's theater thing once because an ex-girlfriend of mine, this is kind of a different thing, but you were talking about the junior versions to cut it down. I went to one that was like, my ex-girlfriend like had someone that came to a restaurant a lot, like regulars that she had befriended. And they're like, we're putting on a play and it's for such and such children's company. And we wrote it with the kids. It's a totally original play. It was fucking 3.5 hours long.
Oh my God.
A 3.5 hour original play with a brief intermission after an hour and a half ish. And I was like, I have got to go. Like, I can't watch this whole thing. It was like literally, I was like, who should I be mad at here? I think it's your friend. I think it's the person that put this on, because someone's got to teach these kids how to edit their script. Or like,
That's crazy.
it was
I mean, you couldn't even fathom being there that long.
Yeah.
Like, that's beyond.
I would be so furious.
I would be as well. That's
I was
crazy.
bad. We didn't get out till like 11:30.
Like, I
that night.
guess that's what I did tonight.
Yeah, I showed up at 8, and I like had other things I wanted to do.
I'm talking real shit. The touch of truth.
Christine, I must speak to you.
Oh, yes.
I know that you are set to take over in the production this evening, for our lead diva has fallen ill.
Yes, that's correct.
But I am fearful for your life because I believe there is a phantom in our opera. I've found small clues scattered around the theater. A bag of Frito-Lays,
What?
a bowl of weed.
Oh, my.
I am scared for yours and mine's life.
Why are you scared?
The Phantom. The Phantom will do anything he can to prevent you from taking over for the diva.
It seems like maybe he's just a bit hungry. Maybe just a bit stoned.
This is why everyone likes you, Christine, but it shall be your downfall. You are naive and kind to a fault. Shall we continue rehearsing?
Yes.
All right. Let's take it from the top. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3.
1, 2.
Stop singing.
What?
In the distance, I hear the Phantom.
Hey, anyone have the Wi-Fi password in here?
Hide yourself.
What? Wait, no. We must be kind. We must be kind. We must help him if he needs the Wi-Fi.
Speak to him if you must, but know that it may be the end of you and your career.
Oh, stop. Hello? Hi, hello?
Hey, yeah. Any of you guys got the Wi-Fi password? I'm trying to watch Mindhunter.
It's hard for me to see. It appears as though half your face is tattooed.
Yeah, those are prison stuff. That's prison stuff.
Wow.
Anyway, yeah.
You're so mysterious.
Give me the Wi-Fi password.
Oh, of course, yes. The Wi-Fi password is theater 317 689
317689.
682.
Oh my God, it's still going. 317689 682
1A.
1A. We're doing. Is it capitals, lowercase, or does that
It's
matter?
capital.
Okay.
Dash 5G.
Dash 5G.
That's the
That's the
network.
password?
That's the network.
Oh, well, I didn't need to write all that down.
Oh, the password?
Yeah.
Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Got it. Cool. Hey, I think there's some bats live up there, by the way.
Oh,
I don't know.
really?
They're kind of flying around, and it's a little
Oh, can
annoying.
I see?
It's a little annoying, huh?
Can I see?
No,
Oh.
you can't come up to my area.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're right. How rude.
Don't come up to my area.
Oh.
Christine?
Oh.
Christine?
Yes.
Christine, where have you been? The costumer has been looking for you.
Oh, no. I was just talking to... Oh, I didn't catch his name. That mysterious man with the face tattoo.
Hmm?
Please, tell me you saw him as well.
Nay, I saw not a thing. Now,
Oh.
please, you must be fit for your costume if
You're
you
right.
are to do well in the performances.
Yes, you're right. I'm sorry. I don't know what's gotten into me. I swear I just saw a man. I feel as though I'm going to faint.
Let me get your measurements.
Okay.
Mhm. You must be very excited. Your fiance in the audience tonight.
Oh, yes, I am. I'm excited that he'll be here.
It's good. Oh, yes, very nice. Are you not worried?
Not worried about what?
Phantom?
What? What?
Phantom in the with the Frito-Lays?
Excuse me.
Did you hear that?
Yes, I did.
The lights shake.
He's here.
Oh my God.
Be wary. Be very wary of him.
Martha,
What?
you know you're my biggest confidant.
Mm-hmm.
Don't tell anyone, but I think I've met the Phantom.
You.
In the flesh. Well, in the Phantom flesh. I think I've
You
met him.
did?
Yes. And he's not what everyone says he is. Well, he's a bit stinky. He's a bit rude,
Oh,
but there's something about him. Something interesting, something intriguing, something
stay far away from him.
I don't know if I can.
In the distance, faint rumblings of 311's Santeria began.
They covered it. 311 covered Sublime Santeria. You gotta listen. It's like a heavier version.
I don't
practice Santeria. I ain't got no crystal ball. Wait till Peanut raps on it. But
What are you doing?
I don't know. I just started singing Santeria. The music overcame me and I couldn't resist.
Do not throw away what you have. for promises of some phantom with his Frito-Lays and his farts.
You're right. You're
his
right.
Covers.
You're right. I don't know what's coming over me. I'm
Costumer,
sorry.
we need you.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Come with me.
Okay.
Christine, will you be fine by yourself for a little while?
Yes, I'll
I
try.
suggest going over your music.
Yes, I will.
Is this the wardrobe department?
It's you.
I broke another belt.
It's you. It's me. It's Christine.
Hey, what's up?
My God, your belt is in pieces.
Yeah, I sat too hard on my beanbag and.
Your
Let's just
beanbag.
say-
I'd love to see your beanbag.
What? This is not a bad day for Keith. You love to see my beanbag?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Come with me. They go
Okay.
up to like the tech booth. Yeah, I'm sorry. It's a little messy in here. I had a little party the other day.
Wow.
Throws a bunch of cans in the corner. Yeah, this is the
God.
beanbag. Couple rips in it, but the beans, you just gotta push the beans back in.
Wow.
It's also doubles as a bed, but anyway.
Do you live here, Keith?
Temporarily. Yeah,
Wow.
temporarily.
It's funny. I've been to this theater my whole life. I've been studying here my whole life, and never did I see the seedy underbelly of this place. Some might find it gross, but I find it intriguing.
Christine, your fiance is here.
Oh, I'm sorry,
brought
Keith.
flowers.
I don't know. He always announces himself like that. It's quite embarrassing. I'll be back, Keith.
I'll be up here listening to my jams.
Christine.
Yes. Sorry.
I brought you flowers. I know typically you give them after the show, but I just wanted to say how much I care for you, and
Oh,
I wish you the break a leg, as they say.
thank you. Thank you. I've been thinking a
Yes?
little bit, and I'm wondering if maybe we're rushing things, if we're going a little bit too fast.
What? But we're going to work in my parents' theater company in Paris.
I know. I just, your whole life you think you want one thing, but sometimes.
From upstairs. I did it all for the nookie. Come on, the nookie. So you can take that cookie. This is Uncle Cracker covering your Limp Biscuit. Stick it up your
Nookie. I'm sorry. I don't.
Hey!
When I hear that
What is
music,
happening?
it moves me. His music moves me.
Who's?
It's Keith. The Phantom of the Opera. Keith.
You've fallen for Keith?
I think so.
I will get the townspeople together and we will start a mob.
No, please
Yes.
don't. No.
We'll chase that beast
No.
out of town.
No, please.
I won't have my fiance checked up with some Keith.
No, please don't. Don't be violent. Please don't. Oh, no.
Mob.
Cut to a town hall, I guess, at the theater.
You want us to do what now?
Chase that Keith out of town.
Oh, we're supposed to get riled up about a few other things this month. I don't know if we can add it to our list.
He possessed my fiance. He's living in the tower. I think he has power over bats, and
All right, let me check in. All right, townspeople. So previously we had been scheduled on this evening to get riled up about that girl that got captured by the beast whose dad was an inventor. So that's what we had planned to be
Okay.
doing.
I'm mad. I'm well mad about that.
Well,
Yeah.
okay, but we're putting it to a vote. Are we instead going to get riled up about this guy whose gal got caught up in some kind of fancy schmancy love thing?
come on, Daryl, come on.
What kind of fancy schmancy love thing?
What does it matter? When that doctor made that guy out of dead body parts, and then he crushed that little girl, I went with you.
Yeah,
So
that was weird.
do me a favor, help me out with my thing.
All right, I'll get mad at a guy.
Good.
All right.
Okay.
All in favor of changing our plans from getting riled up about the beast to instead getting riled up about the ghoul. Say aye. All
Bye.
right, that sounds like a lot of people. All opposed, say nay.
No
All
nays.
right. Well, someone's going to have to let them know that we can't do the beast thing, so we'll have to table that.
Okay. Shall we?
Yep.
You go up into the tech booth. Oh, babe.
Oh, wow, Keith, it's like you only eat Funyuns.
And Fritos. Funyuns and Fritos.
Phantom.
Funyuns, Fritos, and French onion.
Come
dip, the
outside.
3 Fs.
Oh, no. Oh, Keith, I'm so sorry. Oh, it's my fiance. Oh,
And the town.
and the town. I asked him not to do this. I'm so sorry.
I have something to confess to you.
What?
I died in 1999. I lit a fart on fire up here.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
What?
There was a small gas leak, and I burned alive.
Wait, it's you. I've heard about you. I've read about you in the paper. You're the tech who lit yourself on fire, and they never found your body.
Yeah. It wasn't like a monk thing, like when that monk lit himself on fire in protest. I was just farting around, literally.
Wow.
Lit my fart on fire. But they featured me on Spike TV.
Keith, how could I fall for someone like you? Someone that I can't love, that I can't grow old with.
Huh?
Keith?
Yeah.
Keith, wait, take your headphones off, Keith.
That's-
I'm still talking to you, Keith.
You wouldn't believe it. Papa Roach covered Third Eye Blind.
What?
Yeah. Jumper.
Come outside. Come outside. And
What?
Get out of
Wish you
town.
would step off from
Wait, that woman's
that
voice is so
ledge,
beautiful.
my
What?
friend.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to be as riled as I can be to support you, but I can't be riled. I can't rile myself in this moment.
What is happening to this mob?
If you do
Take
not
this.
want to see me again, I would understand.
Okay. So, this property, you said the train comes how often? Right through the middle of it? We're trying to buy, I mean, we're just trying to buy a nice space for our office. You said there's a regular train and some plumbing issues.
Yeah. So, thanks for coming in for the showing today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry that I'm not. I'm surprised. I'm surprised that you showed up. We've had a lot of people cancel on us.
We have.
So the train shows up. Danny, you'd say the train shows up probably about once an hour.
Yeah, once an hour. I mean, the trains always run on time, so
Yeah.
once an hour.
Once an hour, give or take once an hour.
Mm-hmm.
So once an hour.
Just comes right through the middle of it.
Yeah.
Is that right? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, it's not a deal breaker for me. I mean, this looks to be like an old train station, right? An old train station that we're now going to turn into
Yeah.
an office space.
You can turn it into whatever you want to turn it
Yeah.
into.
Yeah, once the ink is dry, Danny and I will be out of your hair.
Yeah.
We don't care what you do.
Yeah.
In a nice way. We don't care in a nice way.
Oh, well, you should care what we actually do, but
I mean,
Do you mind if I talk with my partners for a second?
sure.
Excuse us.
We're going to do it.
We're going to finally sell
We're
it.
going to sell this.
finally gonna get rid of this
Fucking
albatross. It's been hanging around our neck ever since.
this fucking big dipshit's going to fucking take it off our hands.
I'm gonna start a business.
In a train station.
You should know what it is. I'm gonna.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Keep it together.
Keep it together.
Okay.
Don't mess it up.
Don't mess it up.
Don't mess it up.
Yeah, guys. One more thing.
Yeah.
Keep it together. Don't mess it up.
Keep it together.
Keep it together.
Yes.
Yeah. Hello?
Yeah. Hi.
Who are you guys making fun of over there?
Oh.
The old owners of this place.
I bet you'd have to be a dipshit to get rid of this.
Yeah.
That sound, is it just a ghost constantly vacuuming upstairs? Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. He died cleaning, and so that's how the ghost spends his afterlife.
Yeah.
That's not bad. That's not bad.
It is not bad.
This sewage issue in the east, northeast part of
Jesus, you got a lot of questions. You
excuse me.
ding.
You know what? We might back out of the deal.
No, don't. I need an office space. A little open sewage and a regular
Okay.
train that comes through isn't gonna.
Okay.
stop me. I just was asking. If There's like
Sure.
how
Yeah.
the last
Yeah.
tenant
Yeah,
dealt
yeah,
with
yeah,
it.
It's a tone
yeah,
thing.
yeah,
It was
yeah,
just
yeah.
a tone thing. If I'm
Yeah.
Some of that
being
sewage
honest.
looks green.
Okay, I'm
like
sorry.
glowing green.
Sorry, just one second. Can I talk to my partners for a second?
Sure, no
I'll
problem.
be right back.
Great.
Put in my
Guys.
earbud.
Guys,
Yeah.
guys,
Yes.
don't mess this up.
I'm
okay?
sorry.
Don't mess
I'm
this
sorry.
up.
He just
You're getting
keeps
testy.
asking questions.
I know.
Like some big fucking
We are
dildo
so
with
close.
eyes.
We are so
I know.
close.
Nobody has even looked at this place twice.
Okay.
We're very close.
Let's keep our emotions at bay.
Okay.
We're just gonna sell this. We don't
Okay.
need to take anything personally.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just because we built this and we thought it was gonna work out differently and it didn't,
Yeah.
doesn't mean
Right.
that we need to take it personally,
You're
right?
right.
We're ready to go.
Yes.
We're ready to let it go.
Okay. You're right.
I'm gonna miss it though.
Oh God. Every time.
I'm sorry. I just, it's like we, the three of us, and we have a lot of memories here.
We
do.
couldn't.
We do.
Yeah. Mostly of not being able to do anything with
Yes.
this space.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. So no,
Okay,
you're right.
okay.
You're right. We all
Yeah, keep it together.
We're all moving.
together.
Oh, this is cool. How deep is this hole over here?
Shut your.
Sorry.
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 I'm
Sorry, I
about
didn't mean to
that.
offend. I just
No,
can't
no,
see
no,
the
no.
bottom.
No,
sorry.
no.
I'm
And
sorry.
please step away
I'm
from the hole.
Yeah. It's obviously a hole to hell.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was gonna
Yeah.
say, I think it's hot. It's hot. It's a hot hole.
It's a hot hole and it's a hot piece of real estate.
Real estate. Okay. It's a pit to hell. Let's not play.
Have you been down it?
Oh my God. Of course we've been down it. Okay. We always have to fight back the demons who come up, and you got to fight them back with goodness and kindness and sing songs.
Yeah.
Let's keep it together.
I'm sorry. There's demons that come up, and you have to fight them
Yeah,
with spirituality.
so-
Are you familiar with the Balrog?
The what?
The Balrog from Lord of the Rings.
Oh, I wasn't allowed to watch
Kinda
that.
like that. It's so imagine like
Of course not. This is fucking.
Hey.
Yeah.
imagine,
Sorry.
Look at me.
Imagine
Stop
like
it.
I'm sorry.
a
Stop.
I'm
monster made of lava, with kind of like fire whips.
Fire whips.
Yeah, kind of coming out of its like appendages, I guess you would say. Is that
They're fun
so,
books.
So anyway, the demon that comes up is a lot like that. The demon that comes up
Yeah.
is a lot like that, and but it's pretty easy to beat back. You just have to, like show kindness, sing songs, and sacrifice.
Yeah.
Well, I think the people at my church / office would be fine with that.
Okay.
Fine with helping me out with that.
Oh, good.
Okay.
Church
You
office.
don't
Great.
need to
That's
know
great.
what you do.
Yeah. Yeah. We don't. Yeah.
What's your shirt say?
What?
What's your shirt say? I like. It says, huh?
It says Lacoste.
Lacoste.
Yeah.
What's that all about?
It's a.
Are
It's
you an
a,
alligator fan?
Okay.
it's a brand.
All right.
I'm
It's
sorry.
a brand you.
Do you mind if I talk to
Chunk
my
of shit.
associates for a
What'd you
second?
call
Sorry,
me?
excuse
That
us one
is-
second.
Call me a tub of shit?
No, I'm sorry.
Danny,
Excuse us
Danny,
one
Danny,
second.
Come over here.
Sorry,
Danny,
one second.
Danny.
Danny.
How long am I going to let this guy crawl up my asshole before I say something? What kind of shirt is that? Then he's rambling on about a church, and he's never read a fucking book, and it's like,
Oh my God, Danny.
yeah.
It's okay. Granted, that was a weird question. about
Yeah,
your shirt.
right?
That was weird. We just can't get offended. You just have to remain calm.
We
Okay.
need
Come.
to sell.
I know.
We
I
have
got
to
it.
sell.
I know.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I just want to say this out loud. I was very hurt by that comment. He called me a dip ass. He called me a dip S.
I'm sorry.
I'm
I
not even
can't
sure if I'm saying
understand what
that.
you're saying.
Dip S.
Dip S, like
Dip
the
S
letter,
word.
or
Dip
dip
S word.
ass, like an ass.
What? Okay, now I'm really out. I'm out. I'm out on the
No,
property.
I was just
don't
clarifying.
be out.
I just wanted to understand so I could empathize.
No, you said A, you said S. You also said I look like a D with E's.
Okay.
So I'm out.
Are you abbreviating eyes?
Yeah.
What's your problem with eyes? Please. Huh?
Sometimes people call the H and the P an E. Hole
Uh-oh.
in the P and E. Okay? Tweedledee.
Look,
Sir, you can step away from this deal if you'd like to.
I'm stepping away.
And that's perfectly fine. That's your prerogative. But let me say that you are walking away from not just a train station with that's an old train station, but that still has an active running train coming through it. That sure, it has a sewage leak in the corner. And yeah, it has a hole that goes directly to hell.
And a cleaning ghost.
And a cleaning ghost. And a private store of ISIS weapons and artifacts that we've neglected to mention up to this point. But it's much more than that. It's a home.
You know what? I'll take it.
Danny, you already own it.
Danny.
What? That was a
Danny.
moving speech. And I don't want to see it go away to this turd with eyes.
Hurtful.
So
You know what,
Hurtful.
sir? All of this has made me realize maybe I'm not ready to sell. You know?
Yeah.
Maybe.
And cut. We got the take. Kale, you were great.
Thank you.
You were a dream. The UCLA, the finished product for is turd train station is going to be a hit.
Will you let go of my hand?
Yeah, that's you can let go of that
That's
now.
done?
She's
Yeah.
13 years old. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for being on the meet.
yeah, thank you both for coming back on.
What would you like to plug? No, you're both on Harold's.
Yeah, I guess just that. Leroy and Harold night, fashion show at lunch, my all-female team,
Yeah.
Cool.
and swimming lessons. We have
Yeah.
a show first and third Fridays at the clubhouse at 8.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Great
Kale?
show.
I would like to plug. Recently, what I've been plugging is Vice News on HBO. I just think it's great, and I think everybody should watch it. I have a Twitter. If you want to find it, you can find me by Googling me.
It'll be in our show notes on Boardwalk Audio as well.
Come to We're Gross with Gilly the third Thursday of the month, UCB Franklin, and Mondegreen, Herald team.
Great. I'm at Mr. Josh Simpson on Twitter. We mentioned our tour earlier. If you're in any of those towns, you want to book us for a practice session or anything like that, themeetimprov@gmail.com is where you can reach us. Also, this is what I wanted to mention. I had a group from Calgary come and take a 3-day workshop with me in LA. And they went and saw shows, and we did a little workshop thing. If you're interested in that, you're interested in coming to LA and seeing some improv, Jake and I are teaching workshops all the time.
That's
so
right.
themeetimprov@gmail.com. Come get it. Yeah, that's kind of it. And we're also on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Thank you so much for listening. We'll see you next time. The Meet.
This has been a Boardwalk Audio podcast. For more information and shows, visit boardwalkaudio.com. Don't forget to rate and subscribe now.